Peace and blessings, and thank you for stopping by Stindy Farm. 2 weeks ago, I showed you some plants that weren't growing. I amended the soil to try to kickstart those plants to grow. Did it work? Was I successful? Stay tuned. I want to show you today.
Standy Farms.
Hey y'all, this is me in part one, and I'm talking about how we moved from PA, which is a growing zone of 6B, to Georgia, which is a growing zone of 8A, and I wasn't fully acclimated with the climate. I noticed that the plants that I had put out probably 2 to 3 weeks ago were stunted and they weren't growing. This is my dinosaur kale, and as you can see, it's barely visible. My tomato plants look really small, and my peppers, actually, you can't even see them. So I determined that it was this soil, and I wanted to amend it, which I did. I used composted manure that is from a trusted source, and I knew it had fully broken down because of the earthworms that were present, as well as the fact that it had no smell to it. So I used that, and I added to that some wood ash from the fireplace, just a little bit. That's highly alkaline, so you have to be careful when you're using that product. But I had some sulfur just kind of hanging around, so I put a little bit of that in there to try to balance it out and bring the alkalinity down. All of these things were laying around the farm, and it didn't cost me any money to do this project. I poured in some Epsom salts, just a couple of handfuls, to also bring down the alkalinity. It has some sulfur in it, and it also has magnesium, which is good for the plants. I mixed everything thoroughly, and I added pine needles to lock in the moisture on top. I sprinkled that mixture all around the plants to bring more nutrients into the soil and to lock in some of the moisture. And then, of course, I watered everything down to make sure. I did this several places in the garden, adding this mixture and extra pine needles. And this is what they look like today. So I want to encourage you to plant your own food. Grow something today. Thank you for stopping by.